Guys, Bones88 here, and welcome to my very first Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. I am so excited to be covering this game. If you don't know who I am, I've been covering Dragon Champions, which is a hero collector like SWGOH is. I've gotten a pretty bigger following going on over there. Since the beginning of me doing this whole streaming thing, I've also been streaming Grand Arenas and Battlegrounds for Dragon Champions. So I've always been streaming this game, but I have not actually been making informational videos about this. But with that being said, let's get on to the video. We're going to be covering Geonosian Brood Alpha, and it's just a character review. I'm going to give you my grade on him, what mods to put on him, where he's good at, how he improves the Geos, and much more. So with that being said, let's get on it, and thank you guys for tuning in. Alright, so the Geonosian Brood Alpha. He's a leader for the Geos. He has the Separatist tag, Geonosian tag, and of course the Dark Side, and he's a support character. First and foremost, before I get to anything, I do not have him unlocked. And you're probably thinking, well, why are you doing a video on him if you don't have him unlocked? I just thought that this would be a good character for me and my guildmates to kind of gather information on and give a review on. He is a great mid-tier character, but with them being a mid-tier, people still use him in the end game. I don't have him, obviously, but when I go up against him in Grand Arena, it's a B word. Like, it's not easy. And you have to have the right counters. You have to have those counters at the right level to take them down. They are able to take down some big teams. You do not want to mess with these guys. So, and one more thing, without this guy right here, your Geos are trash. If you're not going to have this guy, don't even look over at your Geos. That's how bad they are. They are terrible characters, but when you put this one man in there, this one Geo, he takes that and skyrockets that team. It makes him a scary team. And you throw a relic on this man, and it takes him to a whole nother level. You cannot go wrong with him. I know I'm sounding hypocritical because he's not unlocked. I'm free to play completely. So I'm always focused on the meta or the best teams. And I don't have time to unlock and farm on the Geonosians or Night Sisters at that. I've never had Night Sisters. The only one I have is like Asajj because I needed her for gas or somebody like that. So I do not have the time to go work on side things because I'm always chasing those characters that are needed for meta characters. And am I behind? I'm always one meta behind. But when it comes to Grand Arena, that helps me out. I've gathered lots of information with people who have him relicked and everything else, so please don't think I don't know what I'm talking about only because I don't have him unlocked. I wish I did, and if I could, and I wailed, I would unlock this guy and have him, because him on defense with Grand Arena, it's crazy. And trust me, Night Sisters is the same thing. Like, if you have those two on Grand Arena defenses, that opens up so much for you on offense. You don't have to put some of those really good teams on offense because you have this guy, or you have, your Night Sisters or whatever. So this guy is a great tune. I'll tell you, I suggest you farm him, you get him. If you want to farm him, he is on the 8D Cantina battles, and so in the Cantina mode, so pretty available. There's lots of other stuff I would suggest you farm on the Cantina ones, but if it's someone you're interested in, and someday I will be trying to get him, but right now I got to focus on ships and everything else, so he's pretty easily accessible for free-to-play players. Once again, I suggest him. Alright, so let's go into his kit and kind of what he's all about, why he's so good, why he makes the Geos better, and many other things. So, let's get right into his kit. Now, bear with me. I know this isn't as aesthetically pleasing as it should be because I don't have him unlocked, unfortunately. And so when we go click on these here, I won't be able to view what they are at level 8, but I can kind of sum up what's going to happen or whatever for you. So, his basic, he's just dealing physical damage to the target enemy, and he will dispel all buffs on them if he gets a critical hit. So that's pretty big. That's a big deal. I mean, it's not that hard to do a critical hit with anybody, and he's dispelling all the buffs on someone. So that's pretty big on a basic. And if you see, it just goes up in damage to how much you give him. So there's nothing really added there. So moving on to his first special here called Glaive Sweep. He's dealing physical damage to all enemies, so an AoE, and he exposes them for 2 turns. And expose is a big buff. That's great. So that right there makes him awesome just because he's doing an AoE and exposing fools. Then, if those enemies are already debuffed somehow, he's taking 5% turn meter from that. Anytime you can take turn meter, no matter how much it is, that's a huge deal. So that's a huge AoE. That's great. I can't go on enough about that. Once you go down here and see, he will eventually dispel all buffs on the enemies. So that's even bigger. You're taking buffs off the whole entire team. That is crazy. This guy is great. And if you're kind of free to play, just starting out, go for this guy as soon as you can, because in Arena, I'm sure he'll carry you guys for a while. I wish I had a character like this when I was free to play, because it really changes things up. Unfortunately, he's not required for any legendary or any big characters. Okay, moving on. With his second special is Conscription. Now this is awesome right here. I'm going to tell you right, I love this. So when he uses this, it summons a Geonosian Brute to battle if the ally slot is available. If a Geonosian Brute is already present, he's gaining critical damage up, offense up for 2 turns. Then all Geonosian allies gain 5% turn meter and recover 5% health and protection. Huge, 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 huge ability. You're summoning another person, and I'll show you here in a minute with this passive, I believe it is. Whatever the higher alpha stats are, the higher the stats of this brute is going to be. So you're going to want to, you're going to want to relic this guy. You're going to want to relic Brood Alpha, and the better his stats are, the better the whole entire Geo team will be, including his brute. And then if you have him out, you're getting even more buffs. You're getting offense up and critical damage up, so you're putting out a lot more stuff, and you're getting turn meter. You're getting health. You're getting protection. Huge, huge, huge. Like, just so much stuff going on there. And if we look down here, he's dispelling all debuffs on Geonosian allies. So he has the ability to take buffs away from the whole entire team, the enemy team, and then he has the ability to take away all the debuffs from his own team. Just huge, 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 huge. Like, every ability he has is a big deal. And I mean, it almost sounds even better on paper than what it really is, but because, they're not meta or anything, but they're still a huge, great, great team. So there's that move. So this one's awesome. This is his leadership ability. There's a lot going on here. So right off the bat, they have Hell Steel. But once you start leveling up, look at this. I mean, the allies recover 3% protection when they use their basic ability. You're always using your basic ability, no matter who you have, and no matter what team composition you have. So they're getting protection when they use it. I mean, that's awesome. And then maybe you have an ability to use, but you need some protection up. Just use your basic ability. Boom. You just got some health. And look at this. 15,000 plus max health and max protection. That's a lot. That's similar to Lightside Bastilation's, leadership. I don't know the exact number right now, but she adds a lot of protection just for her being on her leadership. So, and for a while, I think she was meta. She was a big, big deal back when that first started happening. That's a lot of health. So that right there already makes your Geonosians stronger, more tankier, and, you'll find out. I'm not going to show you guys counters in this video because I'm going to have a whole series of counters for each and every team. So be looking out for that, but I'm not going to get deep into counters. So if you're watching this to find out what counters the Geos, you'll have to wait for that. I'm just reviewing this one character. So he's making them tankier. I mean, he just makes these guys good. And that's why this is such a good character to invest in, because he is going to take 4 or 5 other characters that are trash, that you won't have to put any resources into, except making them just a little bit better so that they can actually survive the battle and, put their abilities up, but don't put much into them. And you can invest in 1 character instead of 5. You only have to invest in 1 character instead of 5 of them. That's a big free-to-play friendly deal. Nowadays, if you're on a meta team, you have to invest in 5 characters. 5 relic characters. All that. You're relicing 1 character, and the rest of your team will act like they're relic too. And that is a huge, huge, huge free-to-play thing that should make people very happy. And it did make everyone happy. People love Geos. I wish I had them, but they're just crazy free-to-play friendly. And the last one here, basic abilities of Geonosian allies deal 10% more damage for each buffed enemy. So, you know, it's almost like you want to use basics constantly with your other Geos. Not necessarily Alpha, but with all your other, just keep using basics. Because you're putting out more damage, you're getting protection back, and it's just a huge leadership. That leadership turns the Geo squad into a badass team. So moving on to the next one, the unique, Queen's Will. Geonosian Brood Alpha has plus 40% tenacity. All Geonosian allies have the Hive Mind buff while Geonosian Brood Alpha is active, which can't be dispelled or prevented. When another Geonosian ally is defeated, reduce the cooldown of conscription by 1. And if you see, also the Zeta will add, at the start of the beginning encounter, summon a Geonosian Brute who taunts for 1 turn. And then in order to really understand this, let's go down here and read what Hive Mind does. Hive Mind gives assist whenever another Geonosian ally uses an ability during his turn, dealing 50% less damage, equalize health, and protection with Hive Mind allies whenever an enemy uses an ability. So what that is saying is as long as the Brood Alpha is alive, they are always going to have this Hive Mind on them. And that means assists out the butt, guys. And it's a swarm. I mean, they all come at you. And as long as you keep Geo Brood alive, that's why you want to relic him. Because the more tankier he is, the better he is, the faster he is, they're just going to go crazy on you. Go crazy. You can't dispel it. You can't prevent it. One of the Geos die. It takes the cooldown of conscription by 1. And last but not least, it's equalizing all their health. So you're keeping that whole entire team alive. And this is just a unique, guys. This isn't a move. This is a unique. And this unique is what's truly, truly, truly making this Geo Alpha squad what they are. You're constantly assisting, constantly, which is a weakness. That's why you can counter them with certain leaderships. Because certain leaderships, the more you attack out of turn, the more it will go against them. There's only a few leaderships that help you out in that way, though. But still, that's what ends up screwing them in the end. But yeah, just equalizing health. Assist, out just completely. And then it's just, it's a crazy, crazy kit. There's just so much going on and so much stuff you can do with them that it's crazy. I cannot recommend this guy enough. But it's him, not the team itself. It's this guy that's carrying the whole entire load. With that being said, that means you want this guy dead ASAP. But you're going to have his Geonosian Brute taunting. So you got to get around that taunt. And once you either kill him or whatever, you got to hurry up and kill Alpha. Or he's going to taunt again. Or if you killed him, he'll be back quickly. Like, he's not going to be gone long. The Brute won't be. So you got to get rid of the Alpha. As soon as he's gone, boom. Everything's done. I mean, the match isn't over, but when he's gone, it's done. You're going to take the rest out with ease, but it's not as easy as you think it is just to get to him. Just getting to this guy to be able to hit him is way harder than you think. So last but not least, we're going to read like what the Geo Brute does. I could be wrong, but I think if you max out Geo Alpha, these abilities here will be maxed out too. So you don't really have to put anything extra into this. Okay, so he deals physical damage to target enemy and taunt for 1 turn. So, like I said, the taunt thing, that's his basic. His special is he deals physical damage to target enemy and calls all other Geonosians allies to assist. His special, he is calling everyone to assist. That's a big, big deal. I mean, he's a summon. He doesn't mean anything to the team. And in that case, then he brings something huge to the team. That's a big deal. That's a big summon. And you don't find that in very many teams, if any, in this game. So his unique, he has plus 25% counter chance, and if you see, it'll go to 100. And he also adds offense for all other Geonosians. Okay, his unique, this unit's stats scale with the summoner's stats. This unit can only be summoned to the ally slot if it's available. This unit can't be summoned in raids. This unit can't be revived. If an effect counts defeated units, this unit doesn't count. When there are no other allied combatants, this unit escapes from the battle. A unit can't be revived if the summoned unit exists in their slot. So just the basic, like passive characters. You know how, like, if they're the last ones in the battle, you kill everyone else, and they're the last ones left, they just die, and the battle's over. So it's the same kind of thing for him. Although he will attack. Passive characters will not. And so what they said there is his stats scale with Geo Alpha. So that means the bigger your Geo Alpha is, the tankier he is, the more relic he is, the better that brute's going to be, the harder it's going to be to kill that brute, and you're just going to be wailing on him while you're just trying to get around that brute. This is one of the characters that you can't go wrong, like, if you wanted to, if you were free to play and didn't have a lot to relic at the moment. Take this dude to 7. I don't have a 7 one, but I don't see how it would hurt. Of course there's so many more characters I would suggest relicking, but when you don't have all of these characters that I would suggest who are more in-game players, and you don't have very many people to relic, do it, man. And I guarantee you'll stay relevant in Arena for a while. I can't really talk because I haven't been beginner game since the beginning. I've been here for 6 years or however long Galaxy of Heroes has been around. I've been playing it. I just stumbled upon it and started playing it one day. That was the only reason I started playing it, and I never quit. So that's the only reason I stay somewhat relevant in Arena and stuff like that, is because I'm always trying to get the best characters. And so I wasn't around when Geos are used for Arena, but I have seen them in free-to-play beginner videos and things like that. So I definitely suggest relicking this dude up, putting him in Arena if you're a beginner, and that will come down later on and help you in Battlegrounds. I mean, when you become an in-game player, eventually, if you want to get to that point eventually, they're a staple defensive team. You can use them for offense too if you like. I mean, everyone plays differently. Everyone's defense and offense is different. That's what's fun about Grand Arena. But I promise you, you will not regret relicking up Geo Brood Alpha. Alright guys, that is my review on Geonosian Brood Alpha. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be making 3 a week, so I hope you guys tune in. I appreciate all the support. Everyone over at the Valley of the Sith Lords, thank you guys so much. I could not be doing this without you guys. I really appreciate it. If anyone else watching this has some tips or things I should be doing better on these videos, let me know, please. I'm trying to get better and better at this all the time. I love talking to the community. I love the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community, Dragon Champs community. I can't say thank you enough. So with that being said, just let me know your guys' criticisms. Let me know what you liked. Just hit me up for some conversations. I love talking to you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys later. Peace.